Being a rock star can seem like a non-stop ride of fame and fortune. But behind the scenes, many legends have lost everything. Bad choices, addiction, bad contracts, and failed investments have drained millions. In this video, we'll look at famous rockers who went broke, and some who managed to bounce back. From Pete Doherty's struggles with addiction to Tom Petty's fight with record labels, and Mick Fleetwood's costly mistakes, these stories show just how quickly fortune can disappear. Get ready for some surprising twists and lessons from the rock world's biggest financial falls. Pete Doherty. Pete Doherty made his name as the frontman of the Libertines, a band that quickly gained fame in the late 90s. But his struggles with drug addiction and run-ins with the law caused the band to ban him from performing. Instead of quitting, he started a new group, Baby Shambles, in 2003. Despite selling hundreds of thousands of albums, Doherty's financial situation was shaky. By 2007, reports said he was close to bankruptcy. His bad investments and addiction drained his earnings, even though his music was still selling. For a while, his relationship with supermodel Kate Moss kept him afloat, but by 2010, Doherty was reportedly living in a basement apartment, broke and struggling to restart his career. His story shows how addiction and poor money choices can quickly erode even millions in earnings. Tom Petty. Tom Petty was a rock legend with hit albums and huge success. But behind the scenes, a bad contract left him deep in debt. He funded his third album himself but refused to let his label release it, which led to $500,000 in debt and bankruptcy. The label even sued him and banned him from performing, which was embarrassing for both sides. Eventually, the label gave in and signed him to a $3 million deal. Petty's story shows how even successful artists can get tangled in contracts that almost cost them everything. Mick Fleetwood. Mick Fleetwood founded Fleetwood Mac, one of the biggest bands ever, but he still faced bankruptcy in 1984. As the drummer and not a songwriter, he earned less than his bandmates. His financial troubles came from risky real estate deals that lost money and taking out huge loans at the worst times. With the band members focusing on solo projects, his income dropped sharply, and bad investments piled up. Fleetwood's repeated bankruptcy filings show that even rock royalty aren't immune to financial struggles. David Crosby. David Crosby rocked the 60s and 70s with the Byrds and Crosby, Stills and Nash. But his personal struggles took a heavy toll. In the 80s, legal troubles and drug issues led to jail time and bankruptcy. By 1985, Crosby was broke and had burned through around $25 million. After prison, he had to live in a friend's spare room and borrow clothes. Though he kept making music, Crosby's financial battles continued, showing how personal demons can destroy even the biggest careers. Ted Nugent. Ted Nugent is known for his outspoken politics, but he started as a successful rock star who seemed to care about his money. In 1979, he even praised his accountant for keeping his books tight. Yet, just a year later, Nugent declared bankruptcy. His failed investments, including a mink farm and a hotel, blew up in his face. Despite this, Nugent has kept a positive outlook, enjoying life and standing by his legacy as a rock legend. Snider. Snider and Twisted Sister were huge in the mid-80s, riding the wave of a platinum album and hit videos. But when Snider defended his controversial videos in front of the Senate, his image took a hit. Claiming he didn't drink or do drugs didn't sit well with fans, and the band's popularity quickly faded. By the mid-90s, Snider was flat broke, filing for bankruptcy. Unlike many, he didn't blame drugs or bad management, just tough luck. Thankfully, nostalgia and Broadway helped him bounce back financially later on. Meet Loaf. Meet Loaf's Bat Out of Hell was a massive success, but his record company lied about sales, keeping him from the money he deserved. In the 80s and early 90s, he faced dozens of lawsuits totaling millions, wiping out his finances. He filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy, losing his home and even publishing rights. Meet Loaf's story reveals how even huge success can be crushed by shady business practices. The Goo Goo Dolls. When the Goo Goo Dolls started out, they signed any deal just to get noticed. Their label took advantage, cutting deeply into their royalties. Even after their breakthrough with A Boy Named Goo and the hit single Name, the band barely saw any money, each member earning just about $6,000 a year. They toured relentlessly for years, struggling to pay bills, until they sued their label and won a better contract. But financial struggles continued, even causing their drummer to quit. Their story shows how even success doesn't guarantee fair pay. Fame and fortune in rock can vanish fast. These stories show that behind the spotlight, even the biggest names face financial struggles, from bad deals to addiction and failed investments. But some found ways to bounce back, proving that it's never over until it's over. In the world of rock, success is as unpredictable as the music itself.